Hey guys, so we woke up this morning to 7 degrees. Cold, really cold. Super, super cold.
Well, enough Kira didn't want to get out of bed.
Well, Kira doesn't ever want to get out of bed, to be fair. To be fair.
No, it's like, okay, on the days I don't want to get out of bed, it's like, And then today it's like, no.
So we're going to do a fireside chat. What we're actually doing today, and this, you guys will see this video later next week. Apparently I'm setting my gloves on fire. Is
Hey, new upgraded hot hands.
We're moving everything around because we have a friend coming over tomorrow to help us flip this RV around. So fingers crossed that actually happens. You can then connect the RV to the shipping container and use the wood burning stove to heat everything. So that's kind of the plan. What I'm doing now is I'm going on to the community post. And if you guys don't know where that is, when you go to, hopefully you can see this, when you go to the main page, up here on top, you'll have different things that you can scan over. You'll see community post. There's membership if you want to join our membership. That's where you go to there. So you hit the community post. And then there's things that we actually post on there for you guys to kind of get a little bit more of an update of what's going on a regular basis. So this says we have 16 questions.
Great, that's fantastic.
Right? Except for Paul just gave us a thumbs up because he thinks we're amazing.
Thanks, Paul.
Thanks, Paul. Mary from Mary's Homestead. Are there reindeers up there in the mountains?
I'm sure there are.
Once a year when Santa comes.
We saw them dancing in the barn area.
I think that's regular deer.
Those are regular deer, not
Not
reindeer. Reindeer is actually caribou, which is really cool, and I'll show you a picture of those later.
They come when
I
Santa
know my
comes.
joke.
Huh?
I heard my joke.
Oh, it was a joke? Okay.
They say I don't get jokes.
Well, let's see. You ladies are a riot. Thank you, Rebecca. We like being funny. I'm sure in a past life we were comedians.
Especially this one.
I was probably like something that collected shiny things. I still have a problem.
Let's see. You are all going to make me buy. Oh, sorry, I won't read that. Well, I guess it's on the community page. And by the way, depends. Apparently, they send them to you in a little brown box.
I got snacks.
You can Amazon them to yourself. Let's see. I do have a question. Concern on your water not freezing. Will you insulate? I just love your determination. I love there is no perfect, just real down to earth ladies. What? I thought we were perfect.
I think we were talking about that. We're pretty near perfect.
Pretty close. I mean, seriously.
Oh, come on.
No, just don't look at her. Don't look over. There's nothing to see. Nothing to see. The smoke is getting me. What?
I never claimed to be perfect. I just claimed to be Kira.
Okay. So, yes, we are insulating. What we've got on the water tanks right now are concrete blankets and or concrete tarps, and they keep everything from freezing that's underneath them. The reason why I wanted to build something over it, because last year I had to scrape off, snow to get to the actual water, and I just did not want to do that this year because they said we were getting more snow this year. So it's much easier to grab a rake and pull the snow off of the roof of this. Gravity helps out, it just falls, it's super simple, and then we could get access to the water. It also gives me a really good place to put the generator so that it's covered and it's out of the elements, and it will hopefully last one more year minimum.
Keep it warm.
Yeah, so the generator will also put off some warmth and help that area stay warmer. And then basically what we'll do is every time we go to Home Depot and we have a little bit of extra cash, we'll start purchasing some of the foam, pink big sheets of foam insulation and putting it along the wall so that whole thing will be insulated. And by the time we get it all insulated, winter will be over and it'll be springtime. All right. Here you go. Tip with the Tiffany.
Tiffany!
I'm going from the bottom up.
Okay. Tiffany, I love you.
Tiffany.
You're always commenting.
And you're so positive and you're fun and I love it. You rock, girl.
Okay, so Kira, what is your favorite projects?
On the farm or on her own? Let's do both. Your favorite project on the farm, and then your favorite project when you're not having to actually work.
Okay. My favorite project on the ranch is the putting together little things that she gets. I like doing that. It's really fun. It's like I'm putting together a ginormous 3D puzzle.
Yeah, like the
Watch
shelter
me.
logic you've been doing for
Yeah.
the firewood. Yeah, that's why I'm just like, it's all you, girl.
Yeah,
Because she loves those.
I like putting that stuff together. It actually makes me feel like a real builder. So it's already
Wait, what?
whacked out.
I don't make you feel like a builder?
No, I love you, but
No, do you know when you say but,
Maybe-
it negotiates
maybe you-
everything in front of it.
Maybe you need to stand there. I don't want her to get me on accident.
well, I'd like you to know I love you, but
That but.
building is a giant pain because it's like, okay, we're gonna go do this. Oh, we're gonna go do this. It's like,
Yeah, we
I like pictures.
that yes, that is and speaking of that, I am working on what's the name of that thing? SketchUp, learning how to do SketchUp so I can do plans so that Kira gets pictures and we actually have something to follow instead of going, Heather, what's in your head today?
Yeah, I can't read mine. I can't
That
read
way.
mine. It's like, okay, this is what we're gonna do today, and then she goes through her head, and then we do all sorts of other things, and it's like,
Yeah, that's just what it is.
That's
like,
life.
that's life.
And my favorite off project thing is my chainmail. I like doing my chainmail.
Explain what that is, because a lot of people don't know what chainmail is.
Okay, chainmail is basically.
Oh, go get my thing you made for me.
Okay.
And show them.
All right.
While she's doing that, I'll answer the question you asked me. It said, Kimmy, do you miss the city? No, not a heck of a lot. I love the country. I love being away from people. And don't get me wrong, I like people, but I also like my space. I like freedom. I like not having to sit in traffic. I mean, literally the only thing I probably miss about the city is getting my nails done every once in a while. And I just do that if I head into town and see my kids. So that's about it.
So, really cool thing about Kira's chainmail, and I'm working on setting up a web page for us. And here it is. She's going to show you what she made me.
Come around the front of the camera.
I'm not gonna show people my clunky coat. I have no idea what I'm doing. It's
you
focused
see it?
on Kim.
Okay, well, it's because you're too far away. Let me do it.
Okay, I like that better.
Okay, so can you see it?
Yes, but I can see your owl and the key, but I can't see the stitches.
Okay, so she wants a close-up of that. There you go. Looky there.
Yeah.
So, this is a keychain that she made me. The phone likes Kim. And what Kara's going to start doing is she's actually going to start selling these. And so I'm going to put together, she's going to make a bunch of them. We're going to show them to you guys. And then you guys can get first dibs before we try to sell them in our local community or craft stores or stuff like that. So craft fairs they have. But we haven't really come up with a price, but we're thinking in between $15 and $20, and all of that money goes to Kira, because this is something she super enjoys. We're dying with the smoke. What is happening?
It's following beauty. It's following the beauty.
Well, then this smoke is drunk because I got my ugly pants on.
Yeah, we need to do laundry, so we're wearing our ugly sweats and
Speak for
pants.
yourself.
All the clothes are, yeah, Kira's in what she's always in. I don't think those pants have been washed in a year. Maybe 2.
Okay, I'd like you to know I have 2 of these, and they rotate.
And they're both disgusting. Okay, next
you are
question.
jealous you don't got
Well,
them.
Oh, yeah, that's exactly what it is. I am jealous I don't have grandpa pants.
And
Next
both of
person.
us could start freezing.
Next person. I'm not freezing.
the third part of Tiffany's question is, Heather, are you happy your favorite people, Kimmy and Kira, are sharing your dreams?
No. Yes.
She's tired of us. She's getting rid of us for Christmas. She's booting us away. She's like, go away.
Yes.
I'm too much to feed.
So, well, that is no
That
joke.
is true.
That girl eats 3 times the amount we do.
You would think we were the skinny ones and she wasn't.
Yeah, no. Anyway, yes. One, I'm sure I could do this by myself, but I think it would have taken me 5 years to get this far.
You lessened it by 3.
Yeah. So the help was invaluable, the laughter, the fun, and that's the thing. I wouldn't be having it. You guys saw my beginning videos; they were terrible.
Well, but everybody gets better as they go.
Well, no,
along.
they do, but it's really hard to walk around without the county coming and getting you with a white jacket, laughing and playing with. Yeah,
Like
having
Tom
imaginary
Spencer.
friends. Yes, I'm very blessed, and I know it.
All right, next one, Mrs. Dabucci. How's the snow up on the farm?
Well,
You hate it.
it's sparkly.
I love it.
I hate it.
You know, today's great. Actually, it started out 7 degrees. We're in the 20s, but the sun's been out and it's been clear. And once we got moving around, other than the smoke trying to kill me, it's not bad. I get super cold hands, and at that point, I think these guys may want to push me off the ledge because I'm not fun to be around. But
Never.
Okay.
But otherwise, it's not bad. We have a storm coming this week, and we're supposed to get up to maybe 2 feet. So we'll see how that goes. What?
Maybe.
It is. My boy is here. That's so exciting.
Oh.
Okay, you guys. Well, we'll try to answer a couple more questions, and then we're gonna go see what he's doing.
This next one, I think you should answer.
Oh, that's a super
She didn't
one.
want to read one, so.
Okay.
And I'm concerned and kind of curious too.
Heather, Kimmy, and Kira, absolutely love the 3 of you. It is true, I really do. You're being brave, Heather. It's true inspiration. Kimmy, moving from the city, seemingly to fit right in. Kira, you are the hardest worker and have done a great service by helping Aunt Heather. Yes,
She is.
as much as you do. Way to go, Kira. Suck it in. I can't even see. My eyes are like, can I please make a suggestion? Okay, thank you. You absolutely can. Basically, she told me that I need to let Kim help. There's a really long, it's a whole bunch, and her name is Kim also. And yes, I agree with you with all of those other things that you said. Kimmy G. So, this is such a touchy subject. One, I'm extremely independent. And like we said, I don't have anything written down, so it's in my head. And I don't know if you guys have ever trained somebody on the job, but when you're trying to explain what you're trying to do, when you don't actually know what the heck you're doing yourself, it's really hard and it confuses everybody and it wastes a lot of time. So, a lot of times it is just easier for me to do it and be like, hold this, here, this, that, da-da-da-da-da.
I'm okay with
We
that.
are working more into Kim helping. She did have an injury. It is healing. We're both dealing actually with the same problem. It's my right shoulder, her left shoulder. And I needed to slow down is what it is. And we were just trying to get things done before winter got here so that we can move inside and then slow down and start working and not doing as much. So we're basically there. Today she's working her hiney off. Got her moving all kinds of things. And she does all of the cooking. She has gone in and done laundry. There's a lot of things that she does that's behind the scenes. And so you guys don't really see her doing it, but it takes a ton off of my plate so that I can focus on what I'm doing. So yeah, there's that.
Plus trying to teach a city girl how to do some of these things. I get it. I would rather just like, okay, I'll do it myself.
Oh, you just see where she tries to explain things to me. She goes, okay, Karen, we're going to do this, 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 and we're going to do it like this, and we're going to do it like this. And I just go,
Okay guys, we're going to go over and film my son doing some snow removal, and we'll be right back, probably inside because it's getting dark and the fireside chat is smoking me out. And I'm not kidding, I'm a non-smoker. My eyeballs hurt. It is like, we thought this was going to be sexy.
What of this is sexy? Nothing. Sexy was not the thought.
no, none of this is that.
It is super fun in my head.
See you in a few. Questionable in your head.
Okay, so we just came in. We're going to finish the Q&A. It was not my son. It was an amazing neighbor, and that's why we like Idaho.
Our neighbors are nice.
he got a new snowblower and was trying it out. So we stopped at, Kira, what was your favorite project, right?
No, but you did this one. How you?
Okay, so Sarah, I got your question here, and you asked how is the snow up here, and girl, you need to put your name so we know what you do. I had to like blow up your little picture.
And she goes, Kira, is this her? I was like, yes, that's my Sarah.
The snow is cold. And probably about the same amount that we got in Rockport, concrete area over there in Washington at this point. We're having a huge storm come in, so I don't know, we could get 2 feet in the next couple of days.
Think of our senior year.
Yeah. I think I put it on the wrong person's thing. No, okay. Okay. Ron. Concerned about the weight of the wood on the carport. Maybe add a few posts under center beam. Safety Sally told me so. Ha 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 ha. So I've actually done the 3 carports differently because I'm kind of testing out what works the best. We have one that has a lot of reinforcement on the walls and the tarp roof. That is the goat barn. And we do have to go out there and get the snow off on a regular basis. And then we have one that has, the tool shed has the metal roof. And then now we're testing this one out to see which one I like. There's already some things that I would like to do differently. But we will go out there and scrape snow. I mean, it just is what it is, and that's what we're going to have to do. It's not a permanent building, unfortunately. Every winter, last winter, I had to throw up some temporary buildings, and this winter, I'm also throwing up some temporary buildings.
Just so you know, we're amazing that way.
Next year, the plan is to bury. That water tank is actually one that you can bury, so we'll be burying it as soon as we can. We just didn't get to it this year. Safety Sally needs other things to do.
Not what I was imagining. I just imagined all of us with shovels trying to dig a really big hole for that thing.
Well, if Kira would have told us that she could have dug it when we had the excavator here, when it was here instead of after it left, it would have been dug. So we're blaming her.
Okay, she was an emotional wreck, and I don't do emotions really well. It's like, okay.
We're teaching her to use her words.
I suck with
For
words.
those of you that don't know, it was after Llama died and we had buried her. So we had the excavator for a short period of time and we're taking care of that. So.
Yeah.
I did remove roots.
And then we were trying to move some other things while we had it here because we had it, after we got all that done, we still had some time that we could use it for. So Cher asked how the chicken palace going. Did I miss you finishing it? No, you didn't miss that. It didn't get finished. We have a list of priorities and we were trying to get it done before winter. It just hasn't happened. Unfortunately, breaking my foot affected a lot of stuff this year and got me just way far behind. And at this point, we're going into some pretty hardcore winter, and we're going to be at the point of they can go into the barn with the goats. They can get underneath the RV, and I'll just kind of try to work on it as I can. But it's 7 degrees is what we woke up to this morning, and they're all fine. I mean, they're not even walking around with cold toes. They're walking around in the snow like it's no big deal. So I'm not super worried about them. And like I said, they can go into the barn. They have access into there, and the white group of chickens and the turkeys, they all go in there at night, and the second group that we got, they go under the RV. So
And drive the dogs crazy.
When you hear them barking and they won't hush when we're filming, it's because they're barking at the chickens, because the chickens are surrounding the dog kennel. And
Like right now. And then sometimes in the middle of the night.
Yeah, that's when the chickens move underneath the RV. Justin like runs over to the section and wants to mess with them. It's hysterical.
And he
But
really loses his mind when they fall out of the little spots they're roosting in.
yeah. So we are, like I said, we're working on getting this RV flipped around. And then I actually think what I might end up doing is just getting some straw and stuff and putting underneath the RV so that they can get under there. There's going to be a lot of poop and it's going to be gross and we're just going to have to rake it out. But by next year, the RV will be completely moved and we'll be putting a deck up, so it'll be real easy to clean out. But I really am a fair weather farmer and I don't like being out and working in this. It exhausts me. So, and I get super, super cold. I got frostbite when I was really young. And so my hands get like really cold where you can't move them. And I know, it's terrible, Chloe, it's terrible. She loves me.
She better.
So.
All right, so Elizabeth wants to know how Bud and Sissy are doing. And yes, Elizabeth, you got their names right. It is Sissy and Bud. You'll see them on some upcoming videos.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah, and they're doing really well. They're hanging out with the group of goats, and they go into the barn, and they're getting fat, and they're really fluffy, and they do. They've got their winter fluff on their face. It's really cute. And they run up to us as soon as we go. We miss having them hanging out
so much
on the build site. Like, as ridiculous as it was, and Bud kept grabbing my pencil and making a run for it on a regular basis. We just didn't get it filmed. They were such comic relief, and you know, sometimes it's hard. Building tensions get high, and it's hard to figure out what you're doing, and you get grumpy, and it's hot, and all of those other things, and you're tired, and all of that, and just having them be bopping through was hysterical. So we hope that next season they can be back out with us doing stuff. So they're a lot of fun. Okay, stop leaking.
They are. They're so much fun. We miss them so much.
Yeah.
Luckily, we get lots of love from the dogs.
Yeah, now we've got these guys, and Chloe is judgmental.
She is. And Justin's a bit of a goofball.
Yeah.
So. All right, so a couple of them are just
go up.
Yeah, a couple of them are just comments. So
okay.
So thank you for your comments. But Sunfire Woods wants to know.
That's Carrie.
Yes. Have you taken any time to plan out your property on paper, or is it all in your head?
Justin ate it.
So it's a little bit. Yeah, he shreds paper. He shreds paper. So I've dabbled a few things on paper of how I kind of wanted to put things. Things started getting moved just because when you live on a piece of property for a while, you end up going, I don't want that there. I want it somewhere else. So for instance, where the barn and garage, those concrete piers are that you see near the sawmill, that's a barn and garage. It was going to be a house. So now it's a barn and garage, and then the house will be moved over here, tucked away more into the woods, which I'm really glad for because it gets super hot over there. That was an area that didn't have a lot of trees really to begin with, and it's there's a lot of wind and a lot of that, so it'll be fine for the barn. The solar panels and stuff can be facing that direction. It faces south really well, and it's you get a lot of sun and a lot of wind. So the wind turbine and the solar panels will be over there near the barn. We're going to do the water collection setup will be there. So there's quite a few little things that I wanted to do, but I think they're going to get swapped around. And it's also deciding what exactly animals do I want to raise, where do I want to have them, where is the garden going to be, and those kinds of things. I'm really glad that I've kind of had to wait all year and I get to see what the property's doing and really determine where the wind is and where the wind's not, and what trees do I want to take down and what trees I don't. The really cool thing about where the RV and the shipping container are now and the tree house is we can be getting full gusts of wind over there, and there's hardly any back here. And I don't like being up in the wind, so I'm really glad that we get that wind block. So obviously with the house being closer up to where the chairs are and the big giant bonfire is right now that we need to set off, that's going to obviously get a little bit more wind, but when you come back into this area it doesn't, so that's pretty cool. But no, I think eventually I'll be I've moved things around so much that it's mostly in my head. It needs to go down on paper though.
We just gotta put it where he can't eat it.
Yeah, we just don't have room. But I do have a folder of stuff that I've been saving and, kind of putting together Pinterest ideas and just things that I really want and how I want like my duck setup to be and all of that kind of stuff for next year. So yeah, it just needs to all get down on paper a little bit better.
So there's that's it for the questions on the community page, but it says here that I need to go to the union and file a grievance because I'm not supposed to have to get my hands dirty as camera crew.
There is no OSHA.
Thanks, Robert. That's so funny.
That is funny.
Let's see, can you think of any questions that you've seen recently? I'm trying to find one to get through.
Snacks. Somebody asked what kind of snacks we like.
That's true, and I think we told them
Tell them.
beef jerky, keto snacks,
Ranch flavored corn nuts.
Kira likes corn nuts, Kim likes spicy corn nuts.
I like Slim Jims.
Heather, no. If you get her Slim Jims, she will never get to come into the house or ride in the car with us because her body does not like Slim Jims,
It tastes
and
so
it's
good.
horrible. So no on those, but beef jerky. I honestly will throw them away. If you send Slim Jims, they will not get to her.
Find them.
No, she won't. So yeah, we're getting ready to really go hardcore keto. One of our things that we all three, well, not really her, but it's something she has mentioned, is we want to retain the muscle that we have right now.
Yes.
If not get stronger through the winter so that next summer is just physically easier for us. So we joined the Y and we are going there to shower, but as soon as we get done with some of this heavy stuff and we're in the shipping container just moving 2x4s and that kind of stuff, we're going to start exercising and working out and keto and weight loss and just get our strength. Keep at minimum of maintaining our strength. So
I'm all looking forward to the diet because it's basically all you can eat meat.
it really is. She likes it. So that being said, sending those kind of snacks or whatever, but yeah, that's all I can remember on that one.
Salami
I don't
too.
really remember.
There was a question about your grandchildren and what their names are.
Oh, that's right. So the oldest just turned 6. That's Liam, and the baby is Jasper. They are both boys. I know the baby has long, beautiful, flowing hair, but those precious babies are Navajo, and my daughter-in-law is Navajo, and so they just have long hair. He has long hair, and Liam likes his hair short, so it's short. So they're super cute, and I love getting to have them here, and they love coming, and they're super helpful and all those fun things.
They're quite entertaining too.
Yes, they're very entertaining and love technology and love great big trucks. Like coming out here, Jasper immediately runs for the trucks, and those are like little dollar store trucks that I picked up because I didn't know if they'd play with them or not. And he's like beelines for them. He had to clean the snow off of them and all that kind of stuff. So I need to pick up some more and get a better setup because he gets so excited about all that stuff.
I like it when they come over because when they start talking, we have to look at her to see what they mean.
They have their own little language.
They do.
They have their own thing and you have to decode it.
Yes. I'd probably have made myself signs at going, I got this one. I'm going to pass. This is you.
They're so cute. Jasper is just such a sweetie, and Liam just is such a helper. Like, he just wants to help. So.
And they both go through their phases of that. Like, some days Liam comes and he's like, I don't want to help. I don't want to do anything. And he just kind of like, I've got the snacks that I'm standing around and be a part of, but I'm not helping. And Jasper's being super helpful. And then other times, and then it swaps. So it's just really cute.
I feel so blessed personally because my kids don't have any children yet. So
yeah, they need to get
I don't have grandbabies. So Heather is nice enough to share them with her best friend. So I'm, the great aunt or the auntie.
Yeah.
So, so it is fun for me as well. So I love it. So here's a question from Marianne. Is there a reason you put the wood stove so far down inside the container instead of more toward the middle?
Yes. And that is because we have a big sliding glass door going in. And so it's bedroom, bathroom, kind of a living room area inside the shipping container, and then the kitchen on the end. And because of the pipe on the outside, because there's that overhang deck on the top, that's where it had to go. That's as far down towards the center that it could be, because of that overhanging deck section. So that was the main reason. We wanted it to be a little bit closer, so it would be more in the center and all of those kinds of things, and we could have a bigger kitchen area. But there's no choice with the overhang deck. You have to keep it within a certain amount away from the wood, non-combustible materials. What's she doing?
She's trying to get her to make noise while we're
make you
doing
in
the video.
trouble.
She
So
started it.
this one's not really a question, but Cancer Blows said you need a plastic sled for the grandkids. Plus, if you have to walk up the hill, you can carry your groceries. Well, today we picked one up.
We picked one up today from
Thanks to a
North
viewer.
40. Thank you, Catherine.
You are amazing, girl. Thank you.
Yes, it was. Oh, it's the wood. I was like, what? Is there a chicken in here?
We're boiling some water.
So we went and got that, and that's amazing. And we do have to get a string on it because it didn't have a string, so we got to add a string to it. And then I was telling Kim, we need to do a sledding down the driveway today.
Yes.
Now we have no snow because the neighbor came and scooched it off, which we are not complaining about.
No.
At all.
The good thing, Samson got some new tires. Yes. We named our truck Samson. But he got some new tires, and we have not really had problems getting him up the hill.
Haven't had to put the chains on.
Nope.
Not once.
Ice, snow, whatever. Just put it in low, and up the hill we go. And
What,
it's
Kira?
been working.
I have an idea of what we can do.
What?
Who wants to go up the
Oh, the pipeline. We can go up the pipeline.
Ooh, that would be fun.
There's gonna be a whole bunch of little landmines. You can go whee!
Well, because there's those humps that they put in for erosion control. You'd be like sliding down and be like, and
Now
launch.
that would be fun. I could videotape that,
Yeah,
but that's quite a track walking up
that
there.
is quite a truck.
It'd be fun getting down. I think we can manage.
That would be fun.
When you laugh all the time, how can you get things done? Alan wants to know.
Well, Alan, obviously we don't. We're still working on things.
Wait, I want to know. Can you talk and walk at the same time? Alan?
I can chew gum and walk.
I personally can laugh and work. I think work is easier to get done when you're positive and happy and smiling, and when it's not, and it's those types of days, it's really hard to be motivated.
It's hard, and it's no fun, and you just don't want to be there. And okay, so speaking of going out today, it was cold, and my hands got super cold really fast, and I get grumpy. When my hands get that cold, I get grumpy, and everybody else is like, get away from Heather. She's in a bad mood. And
Just like Kira.
until my hands actually warmed up, I was like, rah. And I honestly didn't want to do anything, and it wasn't fun, and it's not a fun environment to be in. So the laughter.
We weren't going to mention that.
Yeah, the laughter. I'll tell myself. I'm driving the bus. The laughter, actually, we get way more done because of that. And it's taking us forever because I have no idea what I'm doing, and I'm trying to learn as I go. And so I'm making tons of mistakes, and that's okay.
Nice way of saying
We're not
it.
intense. I mean, we're not intense. We are in an actual RV. So,
Yeah.
Yes, we're running the generator and the propane and all of that to stay warm, but we are not. It was almost too hot in here last night.
That's
running
a
the
rare
generator.
thing. We don't run
Yeah.
the generator when we sleep, except
Not
for if
normally.
it's going to be
7 degrees.
And last night was 7 degrees, and we ran it, and we were in shorts and I don't know,
t-shirt.
like t-shirt, and
Yeah.
like I was hot with that on. So
Yeah, exactly. So
yeah. So it's
Nope, I'd rather it take longer and there be lots of fun and lots of laughter and memories made and a joyful place to be instead of being grumpy. I've worked with grumpy people and I won't work with them for very long. I flat out just walk off the job site. I'm like, nope, I'm here to help you and you're gonna act like that. See y'all. And I don't care. I just won't work in that kind of environment. So, yeah.
So this one's not really a question. This is Daniel who did the hat for
Aw,
Kira.
hi, Daniel.
Basically, we just want to say she loves your hat.
Loves it.
She uses it for snacks. She's always wearing it. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So it was amazing. It was perfect for her.
Perfect.
Oh, Daniel, you gotta see something cool.
Oh. She got a new hat
Her
today.
grandma made that.
Sure, cat.
So you guys, what we're gonna do now that Kira just showed it off, that'll be the first one that we show in the end of a video. When we get packages from you, what we'll be doing is opening them and filming it, and I'll just be putting at the end of one box opening at the end of the videos. So you may have sent something and 2 weeks later there's finally a video out with us unboxing it. It's just because we're about a week ahead in videos, and if we get 3 or 4 packages on that particular day, then we will just open one per video. And if you do not want yours on filmed, then please tell me in the package and then we won't film it. And if you don't care that we read what you give us, if it's a really long personal letter, we obviously won't read it, but we'll try to read the stuff and we'll definitely say thank you, that kind of stuff. So if you want it to be a private package opening, please just let me know and we won't do that. But I love to share and I think it's super fun and we enjoy it. So
Okay, here's another one that's really not a question, but she's also been very supportive. Sherry.
Hey,
So
Sherry.
I am so sorry to hear about your love, and we do pray for you, dear.
we do.
And we greatly appreciate the gift that you sent. Thank you so very much.
Yeah.
It was like amazing.
Yes, it was very
Beyond
amazing.
amazing.
Yeah. And we need to get together for coffee.
For sure.
We will slow down, we promise.
Let's see. I'm not seeing a whole lot of questions in the last 3 videos. Is there anything else that you can think of? That
I'm glad you guys are enjoying the bloopers. We are adding those to the end of the videos. One thing that I am working on doing is getting better at editing, and this winter I have a really nice Canon camera, and so this winter I'm gonna work on taking film with that and videoing with that, and you can do a lot of the cool stuff. And so I'm gonna be taking some classes and getting more comfortable with that camera. And I don't want to lose what you guys like about our videos. I don't want to, of course, I love watching the ones that are super cinematic and super pretty and all of those things. And a few people have said, don't do that because we like the realness of your videos. So I kind of feel like throwing the bloopers at the end keeps that feeling of the videos.
Right.
So, but I definitely want to improve photography. My mom took photography classes when I was really young, and it just left such an imprint on me, and it's always something that I've wanted to learn to do. So and the drone, we don't have we do have a drone. We actually have 2 drones and 3. One's down up in the tree somewhere. But we do have a lot of wind here, so we don't get to get a lot of drone footage. So that's kind of a bummer. We have to wait for today would have been a good day for drone footage, but we have to get lessons on it.
yeah.
So, but we do want to improve on our photography and our editing and all of those things. And I just want beautiful footage for my grandsons to watch, as they get older and stuff. But we will continue to put the bloopers at the end. So I'm glad you guys really like those. I don't mind making a fool out of myself.
It looks like like you might have answered this one already, but we'll throw it out there. Sharon wants to know where you got the floor in your opening.
Okay.
I'm assuming she's
So it is the RV, because I asked you about that to clarify that. It's the RV. And actually they sell this at Walmart now. It's very cheap. I think it was like $12 for a box of it. It's not expensive at all. And it's a peel and stick. And so far it's held up actually really well. I'm pretty surprised how well it's held up. I have not been kind to it and not gentle on it, and it's held up. But it is cold, so it's great for the summertime. You've got to throw down some blankets or towels in the winter time when it's cold.
Glenda wants to know, is this a permanent solution for the water?
No, we are going to be burying that tank. My end goal, you guys, I've been watching Fifth Journey Homestead. I did put a link in the bottom. I'll put another link in the bottom of this one, and he's got an amazing system that he's videoing in right now, where he does rain collection, and it's in a heated barn section, and he's got all the stuff set up, and it's working really, and they're actually colder where he is than we are here. So I'm really hoping to be able to get in touch with him and chat on the phone when I'm putting mine in, because he's worked through all the kinks and he's got his set up exactly how I want to set mine up. And you know, so I would, that is, his is all above ground. They're not buried. Because I have a lot of shale here, burying is hard. Back here where I'm at right now, where the shipping container is, we can definitely bury this 1,000 gallons for the shipping container. But I actually want to end up being able to have about 20,000 gallons of water, because we do get a lot of drought here. So we have 2 big rain months. So if we can collect those 2 months for our basic usage on the property, I need to be able to hold that amount of water. So we can get a well here. It's going to be probably about $40,000, between $30,000 and $40,000, maybe more. And there's not a high pressure. So being able to, again, have that system that I can fill if we're in drought, but still continue to use the amount of water, because I do want a huge garden and an orchard and all of those things. But I do really like his setup, and that is in my head. That is what I am thinking about doing. So I'll probably go find a link to his video and put it in the bottom of this one, so you guys could go check that out. And they are a super nice family. We've been talking back and forth email, and super nice people. So go over there and support them. Also, he's done a really cool, pretty cool build. I'm still working on looking at the old videos, but I found him because of his rain catch system.
Amanda Perez. Oh, I might be saying your name wrong. Armida, I'm so sorry. Are you putting a light inside the water storage building? It will keep it warm in there. Build on.
Probably not. Probably we went to Harbor Freight and we got those little light switches that you can turn on and off, and that are batteries. Because right now we don't have the solar set up to run off batteries, so we basically get power when we're running the generator. We do have a hot water tank in the big 1,000 gallons, so anytime the generator is running, there's a heat system thing going in there. And when we got in there today, when we opened that up and got in there today, it was warmer inside there than outside, and that was, there's nothing in there to keep it warm except for that little hot water tank heater thing. So I think that's why it was warmer than it was outside. So that's pretty cool.
El Lucky wanted to know what kind of snacks we like. We talked about that, but since you're a veteran, what branch were you in?
Army. Both of us. Army. Kira's taking a nap.
The best branch. I said that out loud. The best branch. That's awesome. You're the wife of a disabled veteran. Nice. Well, thank you for your stuff, your sacrifices as well.
The family sacrifices just as much as the veterans do.
Absolutely.
And man, the support system that the families give is amazing. So you rock, Lucky.
Yeah. Averill is the first name.
Oh, cute.
You need snowmobiles to get you up and down.
We do. And there's a P.O. box on the bottom.
Sign us up. Check. Yes.
We will take it.
Yes. I so wish we had snowmobiles. We could actually see the whole 73 acres.
We could.
We had deer walking
Yes.
through. So this morning we got, I don't know, 4 inches of snow or something like that.
Yeah, last night.
And there was tons of deer prints everywhere. It was so cool.
And it's so funny because they're like, oh, do dance party. Like, it's like they spin circles. I don't know if they run into each other and it's like, ah, or if something happens, turkey runs in. I don't know, but there's like this dance party of tracks. And then it's like, so,
and one must have been super tired because he was dragging his feet.
it was dragging his feet.
What is the April spell?
Oh, it's the first name.
His first name.
Averyll.
Okay.
Her
That's
last name.
Let's see. What else can you think of that people have asked?
So a lot of people, we've got a lot of new subscribers. So if you're new
Oh.
here, welcome.
Hi.
Thank you so much for supporting us. We love it. So I'm Heather.
I'm Kimmy.
I'm Kira.
It did get cold, didn't it? And so I purchased this 73 acres up here in northern Idaho last year and started, also bought the sawmill and just kind of started clearing and working the property. And then Kira showed up. Kira lived with me before. I dated her uncle, and her mother and her father were both in the military with Kim and I.
Yes.
And so her and I just get along. So she just hangs out with me. So she came up and helped. It was a good thing she was here because I broke my foot. So then when I broke my foot in the spring, Kim decided to come up here and so to help, and to help and do all this because I was behind the scenes being a big whiny baby complainer, telling her it's so hard to do all of this and film and by myself. And not Kira, I wasn't by myself. You were here. It's just hard to film and do everything at the same time and blah, 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 blah. Honestly, I've been trying to get her to move up this area or near me for years. And
well, for at least 3, because
Yeah.
2 years ago I was living in Florida. And
Yeah.
I went there for my daughter for college and stuff, for her to go to college. And she wanted me to move here before that even happened.
Right.
So it's been a little while.
yeah.
But I finally was like, you know what? Now that, the pandemic hit and my daughter was ready to go back home, which is Boise, I was like, okay, now it's mama's time. So
Yeah,
I want to go hang out with my friend and do this adventure.
exactly.
Yeah, so city girl gone wild.
What?
Yeah. Okay. So
That's the name of my channel. A city girl gone wild.
Hey! Okay, you were complaining to both me and her, and it was for hours non-stop.
It sucked in the beginning.
Oh my gosh, it was so bad. I'd be sitting in the car like, do. Okay, Kira, so it's like,
Alan, this is why we laugh all the time because I'm either or.
Yes,
I'm either
yes.
a big grumpy complainer or I had a lot of anxiety starting all of this. One of my biggest dreams was to start a place from scratch, a homestead completely from scratch. I did that in Texas. When I first got out of the military, I bought 20 acres and homesteaded it and put a barn and a house, but I didn't build the house. It was a double wide trailer and put that out there, and single mom, young child, and my husband had passed away. He was also a veteran, and so I had lost him. My sister had also passed away, and not too long after that, my mother had passed away. So it was just kind of me all by myself. So I have adopted people that are my friends that are now my family. So
I'm her sister now.
yeah, exactly.
Honorary niece.
Exactly. So it's just like, okay, I'm going to make my own. And so coming up here and building and doing, I love this area. I love Idaho. And doing this and building is just a dream that I wanted, and I am a disabled veteran, and it keeps me sane. So If you're new, welcome to the crazy farm. This is the funny farm.
And I'm from Idaho, so it was nice coming back home
Mhm.
and getting to hang out with my best friend. So,
Yeah.
And doing kind of something brand new. So,
Totally different.
unfortunately, I got here and was here 3 days and broke my rib. Fell, broke my rib, so I was like no help for probably a good 2 or 3 months.
I was at
that's
my
okay.
dad's, so.
And yeah, she left and went to her dad's for a little bit. And
So broken foot, broken rib.
yeah,
We still didn't get much done. But
But you know, when we stop and look back, we did actually get quite a bit done this year. We didn't get the shipping container moved until September, wasn't it? Or was it August?
that
Was
that
it
was
before my birthday or after my birthday?
No, that was after. I think it was after.
Well, my birthday's August 17th. Therefore,
I think it was in September. Honestly.
What?
You scared Justin. She jumped.
Don't encourage her. Don't get her in trouble, Kira.
She started it.
As far as getting started on the shipping container, that was kind of, I'm pretty sure, I'm going to go back and look now, but it was either July or September because I kept saying I want it moved by my birthday, and I don't think it was. I think it was after my birthday that it got moved. And then, again, deciding how we wanted to do it, deciding what we wanted to do. And with adding people, we needed to add space. I decided to combine the treehouse and shipping container together so that there would be 2 bedrooms in the shipping container. It was basically how it ended up going. And
Is that because you want me to stick around?
yeah.
Yeah, so she gave me a bedroom.
And then that way the RV can be used for family and friends that come visit until the bigger house is going to be built, because there is going to be a bigger house for me. And then we're looking at a spot here on the property to build an A-frame for Kim. And then Kira wants to expand into kind of a bigger tiny house. So, and we're actually going to shift her over from a different space. But that'll be, so there's a lot of years of building that we have to do. And these smaller projects are to build the skills to be able to build those so that they don't fall down.
Yes, because if we build the skills for the little houses, then we know what
Yes.
we're doing when we do the big house.
Exactly.
We've already made the mistakes.
Exactly.
I'm pre-ordering mine.
She doesn't want to build hers. She wants hers to just be ordered and mailed and sent in.
See, I have all the faith in Heather, and I think she can sketch up my A-frame, and we can kind of talk about floor plan, and we are going to build it.
Yeah,
Yeah, an A-frame's probably easier to build.
it looks like it.
Yeah, but it's just like I love building with you all. I'm just exhausted from building, so I'm just gonna pre-order my house. just gonna go.
Really and truly, you guys, Kira works really hard, but she loves being lazy.
She's a hard worker.
She actually says it all the time. I just want to be lazy.
I like being lazy and I like snacks. So I can't get both. So I either have to keep continuing to help her, and I don't mind that, but I need more snacks.
So, she just doesn't want to build hers anymore. We've kind of worn her out. To be honest, we've worked really hard and pushed really hard to try to beat winter, and we're pretty close. I mean, we've still got to get the doors on, and some, just kind of finishing, just some little finishing stuff, which I'm hoping will be there by maybe the next week. Getting the RV flipped around is going to make a huge difference, because it's not fun to work when you're cold.
No.
And when it's cold inside the shipping container, because I know this shocks you guys, but it does turn into a meat locker.
And it's hard to
So,
always be
actually,
positive.
That's another thing that I know has been asked is insulation. Are we insulating it? Absolutely.
Of course.
We
don't want it to
meat
be-
locker.
We don't want it to be an oven in the summer.
Oven
either.
in the summer, meat locker in the wintertime. So we will be, I wanted to spray foam. We just didn't get to it soon enough to get the spray foaming done. It has to be a certain temperature. I am going to double check into that. But otherwise, I do have some insulation that I bought last year for the roofs. It's that rock wool stuff. So that will be going in. We'll be wood framing the whole shipping container because I don't know how to weld, and we're getting that all insulated and running water lines, running electric lines. We're probably going to put, so it'll be basically metal, wood framing, insulation, and then the plastic to keep the metal from sweating, because that is a really a super big issue in metal barn buildings, or the barn to houses, or just those kind of metal buildings, is the heat hitting the cold causes it to sweat and then causes a great big problem. That's why the spray foam is the absolute best, because it stops that. And then I also will be adding the things that I found in my study. So if you know something different, please comment below and let me know. To add more vents in the shipping container, so that area in between the metal and your drywall, there is airflow in there, so that the metal doesn't sweat, is what I understand needs to happen. And so adding more vents, adding the plastic so that you get it also slows down the heat from the heated area to the cold area. It'll slow that down so you don't get that sweating, is another thing that I've researched and found. So those are the things that we're planning on doing. So if you have any advice, there are a few channels that I watch that have really talked about this too, but if there's one that Marshall Remodel is one that I've watched. He had a really big sweating issue happen earlier this year, and he did have spray foam, but they did it wrong. So and then he fixed it, had to have it all fixed and resprayed and that kind of stuff. But so yeah, if you know of anything else other than those few things that I've talked about, please definitely let me know, because I don't want to have to deal with the sweating or the mold or any of those kinds of things. So we will be adding, I'm pretty sure, a split unit air conditioning unit for the summertime. We are in full shade, but it would still get pretty warm, so that's definitely going to happen. So I do know that those were questions that had been asked.
I have a couple more.
Okay.
Found.
Cool.
Alicia wants to know, are you guys going to clear 100 feet all around your living spaces, which is considered a defensible space, so in case there's a forest fire?
No, because it's a tree house. And the biggest issue is the wind. So if we cleared that area, we would have no wind break, and we would have a huge amount of wind. That whole area to the north of the shipping container where the goats are at right now is going to be cleared, and that's going to be garden area. And I do have it's a pump that has a fire hose on one end, so you can like throw one hose into a lake or your pond or whatever, and do fire protection. So I do have that, and so we're just really careful in the winter time. In the summertime when everything's really dry and all of that kind of stuff, we're super careful. And if there's any kind of use, like using a chainsaw, you can hit a rock on a tree and cause a spark and cause a fire. We're prepared. Like, we have something set up for to put a fire out, so that the fire department doesn't even have to be called.
Because they won't do anything anyways if they come.
Well, they will.
Well, not for your house, because it's a metal roof.
Yeah, with the metal building, it's just pretty much we're all going to roast marshmallows.
They'll just sit back and make sure it doesn't take over the rest of the forest.
Yeah.
Well, no, they'll just probably spray and they'll
spray
play
around
the
it.
hose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we did have, last season we were burning, I got a permit to burn, and because nobody has lived on this property, it's raw land. It's just been critters. That is it. No people here.
Our neighbors across the lake.
So the people across the lake saw the fire and freaked out, which is a real thing, because nobody's ever been here, so they've never seen fires. And so the fire truck came up last year, and it was great. They got to entertain my grandkids and played with the hose with Chloe, and it was a good time.
And I missed it.
You missed it.
Dang.
But they were so pleased with, we had scraped a big area around that with the skid loader and had it in the middle, and we had 500 gallons worth of water set up ready to put anything out if it went anywhere. And they were like, wow, we wished everybody did it this way. So we have a lot of firefighter friends, and so we're hyper aware of all of those things. I do know in the big house, because I'm probably going to be doing a framed metal house that I want to put a sprinkler system on the inside, because usually when the fire truck comes and they're going to put out your firehouse, they put it on the roof. They have water going on the roof. Well, if you have a metal roof, it's just going to wash down. It's not going to do anything. So from what I've been told, those houses are just kind of left to burn. So in order for insurance and stuff like that, you want to put and to save your house, you want to put a sprinkler system up in your roofing area, so that if there's a fire, it'll just kind of go off and you can put it out yourself.
That'd be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'm going to look more into that.
That's why we're waiting to get that big house done, so that we have, more funds and more knowledge and
there's a kit, Kodiak Homes, that I found when I was 27. I fell in love with this house, and it's a metal framed kit, and you can order it and they'll send it to you, and it's a bolt together. So you just bolt it all together, and you can either get a team or it's a homeowner thing, and then you finish out the house yourself.
Let's just do a big Amish barn raising.
Yeah, that's what I think. Everybody from church can come over.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
L Lucky says, I absolutely love starting my day with one of your videos. Have you ever considered doing 2 a day? Well,
I already have no life. So each one of the videos probably takes about 6 to 8 hours of filming, editing, and uploading. I think my son might be here. I think I see headlights. That's hysterical. So it really could be taking up that amount of time for each video. It takes about that much. So basically in the evening I edit, and then I get up in the morning and I edit. And Kim does basically all the cooking and all of that kind of stuff so that I can do that. So I don't really think we could add any more. We could make them longer, but YouTube says don't do that.
Well, and on our super long days, those end up being more than one video at times.
Yes.
But that gives us a rest day. Guys, we need a rest day.
Exactly. All right. Well, I think that we are basically there. We've hit our time that we try to hit, and possibly my son has come up, somebody, because it looked like headlights.
Carrie.
It could be Carrie coming to see her goats. So thanks for watching. We appreciate you guys and all of the support, and the gifts are just absolutely lovely. If you are not subscribed, please consider subscribing. It does help the channel, and watching the videos all the way through and the commercials. Please don't watch a 45-minute commercial. No. That is crazy. No. Skip those bad boys. But this is a short one. If you would watch it, that is how we get paid here on YouTube. And thank you so much, you guys. We appreciate you. Bye.